let's talk about divine femininity, okay? Something that I've been observing a lot recently are women that do not know their worth. A divine feminine, the divine feminine, I should say, does not beg for anything: attention, money, energy. The divine feminine does not beg for anything. She simply attracts. This goes for people, places, things that the divine feminine desires. What I've been observing are a lot of very divine feminines that have divine infinite potential, but they keep stunting their own growth because they won't learn the lesson. If the thing that you want is resisting you, do you think that maybe God is trying to protect you? If it's not coming in the time that you want, if it's not reciprocating your energy, have you ever considered that maybe it's time to move forward? And if you move forward and it comes back, then it is yours to keep. The divine feminine does not worry about, oh, if I let this thing go, that means that I won't have this, I won't have that. No. That's when you say, that's fine, I never needed it anyways. We have to learn to detach, let go. You do not need anything but the self. And I know that that's easier said than done on most days, but I just really want to come through here and say that if you have to beg for it, most likely it's not yours. Again, this goes for people, places, things, goals, whatever it is. Now, that's not to say that everything is just going to be right there in front of you, but do not force what is not meant to flow, because that simply prolongs the process. It prolongs the pains. It prolongs the journey, because again, I want to go back to, you're not learning the lesson. Honestly, what I've been observing is quite literally women begging for men's attention. If he is not receptive, if he is not open, if he is not reciprocating the energy, move on. Have some dignity, respect for yourself to move on. Stop begging, please. You're only hurting yourself when you beg. I know it's going to hurt to let it go, but guess what? The lesson in that is, why do you feel like you need this thing in order to feel valued, in order to feel good, when all you really need is you? Why do you feel abandoned if you can't have this thing? Why do you feel like a loser if you can't have this thing when you already have you? That's where the value is. It's in you. But you're seeking external validation. You're seeking external quantities, variables. Why? Do you not see in yourself what you see externally? But here's the thing. Everything that you see on the outside is simply a reflection of you, good and negative. Stop begging, start attracting. And when something is repelling, let it repel. It's okay. You don't need it. You don't need that job. You don't need that person. You don't need that promotion. You don't need anything but yourself. And again, I know that that is easier said than done, but That's what we're here for, to put in the work, to learn to let go, to learn to release, to learn that at the end of the day, all you need is you. Learn to detach, tap into your divine feminine energy, meditate, and realize that all you need is you. If none of this was here, what would you have? You. Start practicing you, your existence, your being. That's all you need. Know your worth and stand in it. I know that it's hard to let things go even when we really, really, really want it, but I promise you, there's so much better when you let that door close.